Hey YouTube, been a long time since you last saw me. Sorry about that. I've been had other stuff going on, but now it's summertime. It's a cruel summer, yeah. And today is part 2 of my Defending Daniel LaRusso series, and today we will talk about Cobra Kai season 1. And the first example of Daniel being a quote-unquote bully or villain in this season is episode 1, is when Daniel teases Johnny at the dealership. Okay, when Daniel did that, there was no malice at all. It was not meant to be a mean-spirited thing whatsoever. It was an innocent joke. Louis, when Daniel, when Daniel is introducing Johnny to Louis and Anush, and they're like, "Wait, this is the guy from the tournament?" And Louis like, "Oh, this guy who's ass you kicked." And then Daniel's like, "Oh, well, it was a real close match, but if you want to get technical, I kicked his face, and I'm just busting your chops." And then, if anything, Johnny's the one who acts bully. He gets hostile towards Daniel and complains that, "Oh, it was an illegal kick." Ick. Which, no, it wasn't. But that's getting besides the point. And then later when, Anush and Louis have left, Daniel straight up tells Johnny, "Hey man, I don't blame you for what happened back in the day. I know that wasn't you. That was Cobra Kai. We're all better off without it. Am I right?" And he even gives Johnny a bonsai tree, which Johnny, being the dick that he is, drops it on the way out of the dealership. So that showed that Daniel at that point had no animosity towards Johnny, and his teasing of him was clearly just an innocent joke. It was not, there was no malice in it at all. There was nothing mean about it. There was no mean-spirited intent on Daniel's part. Okay, moving on to episode 2, the beginning, when Daniel gets triggered when he sees the new Cobra Kai dojo. Look, here's the thing. Cobra Kai made Daniel's life a living hell as a teenager. And think about it, when was the last time, we saw Johnny? It was at the beginning of Karate Kid Part 2, and that was when, Kreese broke Johnny's trophy, and he choked Johnny out, then Miyagi and Daniel saved him. And Daniel, he was shocked to see that, because he never thought he'd ever see the Cobra Kai dojo ever again, after he and Miyagi had defeated them at the end of Karate Kid Part 3. He never thought he'd ever see it again. And that dojo made his life a living hell. They bullied him, they harassed him. And the idea that someone would try, the idea that Johnny, or let alone anyone trying to bring that back, obviously, yeah, that would make Daniel feel uncomfortable. Why wouldn't he feel bad seeing the Cobra Kai dojo, Okay, next example, also in episode 2, is when Daniel confronts Johnny at the dojo over beating up Kyler. Okay, here's the thing. Daniel was not present when Johnny fought Kyler and his friends when they were beating up Miguel. Daniel wasn't there to witness it. The only thing he knows about it is what Kyler told him. And Kyler made it sound like, "Oh, we were just hanging out at that mini mall. Oh, we were just getting protein bars. And then this homeless-looking dude beat us up with karate." And so Daniel was going there to find out, for himself. Oh, so yeah, him confronting Johnny over that is justified. And while Daniel doesn't 100% believe Johnny's story about Kyler, he does, however, think it's possible that he could be telling the truth. And later on, he becomes suspicious of Kyler in episode 3. And episode 4, he's proven right. Actually, episode 3, I'd say, was proven right, because of the him trying to taking Sam to the classroom to give him a quote unquote to give her a quote bracelet. Yeah, okay, so moving on into episode 3, when Daniel confronts Johnny in the hallway. Okay, Johnny is in there putting Cobra Kai posters all over like the hallways. And Daniel, he asks Johnny, I just don't know why you'd want to bring back Cobra Kai after what your sensei did to you. And that's a reasonable question. Like people go like, oh, why would Daniel care about Johnny bringing back Cobra Kai? I'm like, do people not remember what Cobra Kai teaches? It teaches strike first, strike hard, and show your enemy no mercy. Those are not good values to be teaching teenagers or kids. You see, that is why Daniel doesn't like the idea, because of what it teaches, because he knows that it will likely create a new generation of bullies, and some other kid may go through what he went through, and he doesn't want that. And then, like, Johnny, and what's Johnny's answer to Daniel's question? Oh, I'm not Kreese, and the lessons irked, and Daniel's like, yeah, strike first, no mercy, real good lessons. Think of what you fill these kids' heads with that garbage, you're nuts, man. And, you know, like, that statement right there, that showed Johnny had not learned anything from the beginning of Karate Kid Part 2. He never realized that Cobra Kai's philosophy was wrong. Like, he may have rejected Kreese, but he didn't reject his teachings. Okay, and then later, like, when Daniel sees Kyler and Sam running, like, he leaves Johnny alone to deal with something more important. And, and next up, okay, episode 4, when Daniel kicks Tom Cole's tea out of his hand. Okay, let's go to the background. Okay, Johnny spray painted a dick on Daniel's billboard. And, you know, and Daniel saw Tom Cole's new commercial, which was super cringy, by the way. And it was obviously mimicking Daniel's bonsai tree karate commercials for his car dealership. And Daniel confronts Tom Cole. And Tom was like, hey, you want a boba tea? And Daniel's like, no, I'm fine. And also this loose because earlier, you know, Tom Cole ordered 100 sausages and delivered it to Daniel's dealership. And it said, oh, he likes his sausages long and thick. And then, like, you know, then after, you know, Daniel rejects Tom Cole's offer of a boba tea, he goes like, well, yeah, you must be full after eating all that dick. And then so Daniel kicks the drink out of his hand. Now, okay, should Daniel have done this? Maybe not, but, I mean, that's not the worst thing ever. I mean, it's not like he punched him in the face or kicked him in the face or broke any of his bones or anything. He just kicked the drink out of his hand. Like that's hardly nothing. Like, okay, moving on. Okay, you know, episode 5, Daniel jacking up the rent of the Cobra Kai strip mall as an act of revenge against you know, Johnny spray painting the dick on his billboard. Okay, I won't defend this. This is awful. This is the one thing Daniel does. I will not defend this. Yes, this is awful. Because, you know, it didn't just affect Johnny. It also affected all the other tenants in the strip mall. So, yeah, that was definitely a huge dick move on Daniel's part. And did he rectify it? No. But he did go to Miyagi's grave and, like, and he realized that he made a mistake, although he couldn't correct it, sadly. But at the same time, I will say this, like, none of those businesses, like, went under at that strip mall. Like, as we see in Season 2 and in Season 3, they're all still functioning. So, it obviously didn't affect it too much. Okay, and next up, Episode 7, Daniel trying to keep Cobra Kai out of the All Valley. Okay, let's go with some backstory. Okay. At that meeting, you know, when Johnny's trying to get Cobra Kai reinstated, when he's appealing the ban on Cobra Kai, trying to get it overturned, and we find out that the reason why it's banned because of what happened in Karate Kid Part 3, because of Terry Silver's like win a point, lose a point strategy, where Terry Silver, being the dumbass that he is, told Barnes to lose points on purpose, then get the lucky point in sudden death. But that didn't happen. Instead, Daniel got the lucky point in sudden death. So because of that, the dojo, Cobra Kai dojo, was banned for a unsportsmanlike conduct. Excuse me. And Johnny's Cobra Kai, it teaches the same values that Kreese is taught: strike first, strike hard, no mercy. So, if you ask me, I think Daniel trying to keep Cobra Kai out of the tournament is justified. And later on, in episodes 9 and 10, thing when Miguel, admittedly on accident, but still, he hits Sam trying to hit Robbie. And then in episode 10, when Hawk, injures Robbie's shoulder, and Miguel targets that shoulder, in order to get the win in the All Valley. That showed that Cobra Kai's philosophy was the same. Cobra Kai was banned from the All Valley tournament after the tournament in Karate Kid 3 because in that tournament they fought dirty. So then Cobra Kai Season 1, it's 2018, they let Cobra Kai back in the tournament. And Cobra Kai wins. And how do they win? By fighting dirty. Daniel's point proven. So, Daniel wanting to keep Cobra Kai out of the All Valley tournament is justified. Alright. And, okay, now moving on to episode 8. Daniel not wanting Sam to be around Cobra Kai students. Okay, now, at first thought, that does sound a bit childish, a grown man being upset about, his daughter being friends or even boyfriends with someone that's in a karate school he doesn't like. But, Cobra Kai, because their values are so terrible. Strike first, no mercy. And he cares about his daughter, and he doesn't want to see her get hurt by a Cobra Kai student. And what happens in episode 9? She gets hurt. Miguel, on accident, as I said earlier, tries to hit Robbie because he's drunk and he thinks Sam's been cheating on him with Robbie, but he ends up hitting Sam instead. And it was both Miguel's drunkenness and the strike first philosophy of Cobra Kai teamed up together, and Sam got hurt. So Daniel was not wrong to not want his daughter to be around Cobra Kai students. And so, because he cares about his daughter, he didn't want her to get hurt. And she got hurt, and not only did Sam get hurt, Robbie got hurt too. Ooh. Okay, next up, episode 9, Daniel kicking Robbie out of his house. Okay, for one, Daniel was drunk. He and Johnny had been drinking at the bar together. And two, the way he reacted because Robbie lied to Daniel. Because when Robbie first met Daniel, Robbie told Daniel, I don't have a dad. And he starts learning karate from Daniel. And Daniel comes to see Robbie as sort of a son figure. But then, when Daniel and he get there and Daniel finds out the truth that, Robbie is actually Johnny's son. And it's it's a shocker to him. In fact, one of the first things Daniel asks, he goes was this some sort of con? Some sort of sick mind game you tried to pull off of me? You lied to me. Daniel, he thought it might have been a Terry Silver type mind game. Hey, man. I mean, Daniel, he had a right to be angry at Robbie for lying to him. But, you know, his anger doesn't last long because, like, in episode 10 at the tournament, you know, Amanda convinces Daniel to give Robbie another chance, and then Daniel visits Robbie when Robbie's in the locker room and his shoulder has been fractured, and he and Robbie make up, and Daniel coaches Robbie in the final match. So Daniel, yeah, but he forgave Robbie, and to me that's all that matters. And then episode 10, Daniel starting Miyagi-Do. Actually, you know what? Well, actually, episode 10, in episode 10, like, Daniel decides he's going to start Miyagi-Do. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to discuss this because I think I should discuss this more for season 2. So instead, I'm going to end this video right here, and I will discuss that in part 3, where I will cover Daniel in season 2. So thanks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Oh, be sure to like and subscribe, and hopefully part 3 will be done in the near future. Peace out.